All right. Hello, hello. How's it going, everybody? Let me know who's there, who's watching, and we'll get this party started. Hope everybody's doing well. And yeah. Hey, James, what's going on? Good to see you here, buddy. Hello, Joseph. Good to see you. Hope everything is going well with you too. And yeah, we'll do some chatting here in a minute and see who else is here. And we'll have some fun for 60 or 90 minutes, see how everything's going. And, you know, it's James, it's Joseph. And we got our other buddy, James. What's up? What's up? It's not like one of the Bud Light commercials back in the day. What's up? Bill, how are you? Good to see you. That's good old Susan. Susan's great to see you here too. Thank you very much. So, what's going on? So, did anybody get some new Paul McCartney CDs? Those SHMs. Um, I'm still waiting. I'm supposed to get mine tomorrow. Gary, how you doing? And we got let's see here. We got Ted here. How you doing? We got my girl Joan. Joan, good to see you. And got Mike. How you doing, Mike? And I heard I'll send this. There you go, Ted. Yeah, so the first five are supposed to be delivered tomorrow, so hopefully that's the case. And I did pre-order the next five, which is not in correct order, by the way. We can talk about that um, in a few minutes. But Bill, he says he picked them up as well, so that's great. That's great. Let's see, Garrett. Hey, Garrett. Well, he might be working right now, so every once in a while we both will go live by ourselves. Andy usually will go live on Sunday mornings right before football starts. And I like to go like in the middle of the week to break up the week a little bit. And that's when I usually will like to go live, like right around now, like Wednesdays or Thursdays. I got them too, Joan. Yeah, I can't wait to listen to them. We will be doing a little show and tell video at some point, just showing them and let everybody know where they can get them. Obviously, here we go. Bill, yes, missing London Town. So it's what? It's Venus and Mars, Wings at the Speed of Sound. You got Wings Over America, and then it goes right to Wings Greatest, which isn't correct. I mean, should go London Town next, right? It should go be London Town next, but they went with Wings Greatest instead. So on the next episode that's going to drop this weekend, we talk about this whatever, and I'm just curious if Paul just hates London Town and Back to the Egg. I don't know. Um, but see what the last time they were issued, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, the last time they were issued were in '93 for the Paul McCartney collection. I mean, it might have been the last time they were in print. No new CDs yet for me. I got the Lennon McCartney Mojo, and okay, cool, Susan. Excellent. Very good. Perfect time for break for me. Thanks so long time, but yeah. Who knows? Who knows? I listen. I think that the archive series is dead. I just think it's dead. I mean, it's been what 2000 when was the last one released? 19 or when or 20 um was it what was it, Flaming Pie, right? Was the last one released? And was it 20? So it's been like 4 years since the last one. What's the big upgrade with them? Well, just sound quality is super high material. So again, it's just maybe your perception, your hearing, the equipment. Obviously, when you get these higher grade CDs or vinyl, the audiophile stuff, you got to have like $1,000 equipment to really notice the difference. But we'll talk about that on a future episode. So We will talk about that soon. I haven't listened to him yet, so but I've been hearing great things. Maybe Archive. Maybe. I saw Be the Tone this morning with yeah, Wings Greatest, yeah, leaving out London Town, which that doesn't mean it's coming out. It doesn't mean anything. Ted, why wait 4 years for a release? Why wait? Uh, why wait? When you have like Off the Ground, you have Press to Play, you have Broad Street. Why wait for a London Town? I mean, why wait 4 years to put them out? And I'll tell you what, if we don't get London Town or Back to the Egg for this 50th anniversary Half Speed Master Series that's been going on, then you really got to question whether or not he doesn't like London Town or Back to the Egg, or if there's a holdup for whatever reason. Thank you. Yeah, Flaming Pie. Flaming Pie was the last one, and I think it was what 2020. Ollie says 2020. Yes. So Bill and he said they were punchier than the archive. Right, that's right. He said that on the Sunday show. So yeah, yeah. That's I mean, if they're a little louder or punchier, so yeah, I can't wait to get them and listen to myself. Hello, Queen. Yes, we bow to you. Yes, check out the latest episode of Talk More Talk, and I'll be talking about that in a few minutes as well. Maybe wait for a McCartney documentary. Maybe, maybe. I don't see why they would need to wait for the McCartney Legacy, which is already coming out. It's already got a release date for December, right? um, and then the McCartney documentary, we know now that it's coming out next year. And it's just dealing with the 10 years after the breakup of the Beatles. So interesting. And we got a bunch of hellos for the Queen, and rightfully so. Queen in the house. Yeah. Okay, we got day trip. The problem with me is waiting for all this stuff to come out. Yeah, no one is getting any younger, my friend. No one is getting any younger. And right. And all we've heard is these legal issues with Back to the Egg, and why, and do you have to wait? There's like I said, there's other albums you can release in the archives. It doesn't have to be London Town and Back to the Egg. Don't have to be next, right? Okay. I mean, we would love them to be next. Thank you. Yeah. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Yeah, our latest episode is part three of our Paul and George relationship through the media, through interviews, through music, videos, whatever. And we had Owen Ling back, and well, a really interesting time, to say the least. George has some really you know, nice things to say about Paul, and then some really, and some zingers. You really got in some good zingers in the '80s for Paul, but maybe deservedly so. I don't know, but really interesting. We will do part four, which will probably be '89 up to probably the concert for George, I'd say. Let's see here, Joseph. I agree. Not London Town Back today. Why not just put any other? Exactly, exactly. Why do we have to wait for London Town and Back to the Egg? Why are we waiting for London Town and Back to the Egg? I don't know. I just think that I think he's found this new outlet for releases with like the way the One Hand Clapping was released, the way the Underdub Band on the Run was released. I think this might be the future of him releasing this stuff. And I also want to give a shout out to everybody that has taken a look at this little thing here in the corner, right hand corner. That's a QR code for it's called Buy Me a Coffee. I really want to thank everybody that has donated or just helped with a couple bucks here and there. We really appreciate you guys. You know, Listening, watching, however you watch this show, and then feeling like we're worth a couple bucks. And the we've gotten a nice amount of people just giving us a few bucks, and we really appreciate that. The show will always be free. Don't worry about that. We're never going to charge anybody to watch this show because who are we? We're just a couple fans. But exactly, there's other albums that he can release. It just doesn't have to be London Town Back to the Egg. Paul put an extended version of London Town on streaming service a few years ago. I thought it meant okay. Um, I did not see that. That's pretty interesting. Um, you'll have to tell me more about that, Susan. Those are great episodes. I'm looking forward to. Yeah, yeah, definitely. 89. You're getting into traveling Wilbury stuff, and then more traveling Wilbury stuff, and then you're getting into the anthology, right? And then you're getting into the last years of George's life, unfortunately. I hope those archives isn't done. Too many albums. Yeah, exactly. There are too many albums left to do, but you got to just look at the facts, right? It's been 4 years. This is the longest stretch in between in between any releases of the archives. So, one has to, wonder if this is it, and why is he releasing, smaller, you know, releases now, like one hand clapping. One second. All right, Jack Gill. Wasn't there a Wings doc? Yes, and I just mentioned that earlier. It's called Man on the Run, and it's dealing with the first 10 years of Paul's career after the breakup of the Beatles, and we talked about that being released um, next year. And Adrian Sinclair, who was one of the co-authors of the McCartney Legacy book, has been hired on as a consultant with that project. Once the first volume was released, he was contacted by that team and asked if he would like to be a part of it. We got Joseph, Russian album, Broadway, even Run Double Run would be great as Linda. It's always wanted Paul to do right. Yeah, again, it doesn't matter. Tripping Life, fantastic. That would be a great archive release as well, right? I mean, that hasn't really been revisited since the World Tour Pack, which I think came out in 1990, right after the initial release of um, Living Tripping the Life Fantastic. So that would be a great release because I don't think that was included in the. It's funny what he determines that Paul or the team excuse me determines essential, like always Wings Over America has always released in these sets, right? It was released in the 93 Paul McCartney collection. It's been released in the archives, but not Chipping the Life Fantastic. Why? Don't know. I love Yeah, I love Tripping the Life Fantastic. Yeah, I would love to see another release of that. Sorry, excuse me. Hold on here. An unplugged set with video and rehearsal takes. Yeah, yeah, I agree. I agree. Paul is live with proper set. Yes, right, right. What Another Day isn't on there, right? The title song "Off the Ground" isn't on there. Yep. Let's see here. He added a mall and girls' school and Sourceton. You're right, right, right. It'd be great to get new remastered quality on those two songs. I'd be curious to see if he's going to do anything special for Mulligan Tire when it's reached its 50th anniversary. Remastered Tripping would be great with additional pre-concert warm-up songs. I agree. I agree. Let's see here, Ted. I've watched some YouTube videos of Paul current touring. Sounds pretty good. I read many comments on the video, and not one complaints about his voice. Okay, yeah. So we've had our girl Joan, who partook in the first few shows, and yeah, she gave us an honest answer, and she told us that yeah, maybe it is wobbly here and there, but his voice for right now is pretty strong, and I hopefully Joan will agree. And and that's great. That's great. I'm hoping he comes back next year. I thought that once I saw him in 22, I thought maybe that would be the last time I would see Paul. But if he comes back in 2025 promoting a new album, I will be there. I will be there as many times as possible. Um, Myself included. Yeah, sometimes we are. It's funny because we are a little critical, right? But when we're at the show and it starts, the show starts, all that goes out the window and we're just enjoying ourselves. And then not only that, but we're seeing other people enjoy themselves, right? We're seeing Gen Z all the way up to boomers just really really enjoying themselves. And then it's infectious, right? I mean, we as like diehard fans, I mean, we kind of sometimes we, we overreact, or not overreact, but we just overanalyze, okay? And I think maybe some of it is worthy, but some of it, when you're there, all that just goes out the window. I'm not one to say we shouldn't criticize them anymore just because they're of a certain age. We should just appreciate that they're still touring and still alive and still recording music. All that is great, yeah, but they're still putting themselves out there, right? So, but I hear you. Yeah, sometimes we are overcritical. Sometimes we are. Hold on. Second here. So much is missing from the Paul slide. That's right. That's right. That's right, Joan. Thank you. Thank you for joining in on that. I'm used to always sitting in the front. On the second show in Buenos Aires, I went back to the sound booth area, and you sounded fantastic. Okay, that's awesome. That is awesome. Let's see here, Joseph. I always say Paul owns the night when you're at his shows. It doesn't matter what seat you have. Get pulled in, and it's magic. Well said, Joseph. Well said. All of that criticism just goes right out the window because he's just performing hit after hit after hit. We might not like every song. Like, listen, I am over my Valentine. Just over it. I understand why he does it. I understand why it's in the set list, but I am just over my Valentine. I don't care if he ever does that song again, but it's always going to be there. So, so yes, Jones says yes, Joseph. So yeah, so I saw ELO um earlier. Was it no last week? I saw ELO last Wednesday at Little Caesars Arena in downtown Detroit, and I'll tell you, this was fantastic. Letterman for Joan. Oh no, I love Letterman. Um, but this was a fantastic show. Again, ELO or Jeff Lynne. It's Jeff Lynne's ELO. I guess we got to call it legally. But this was an amazing show. Jeff was a little wobbly during the first 3, 4 songs, but then once he got going, he sounded fantastic. His band is top notch, and I um, hope everybody got a chance to see him for these past 3 tours. It's funny because when I lived in Arizona for those first 2 tours, he didn't come to Arizona. So now that I moved from Arizona, guess where he's going? He's going to Arizona. Yeah. But anyways, I got to see him, so um, all is well. Paul could write a new love song for me. Yes, it's been a few years. Yes, yes. Yes, that's a great idea. Jeff Lynne never disappoints. There you go. But I think, I mean, would that be considered like the first one, for Nancy? So maybe that's why he keeps doing it because it's the first one. Um, Let's see here. Yeah, Joseph Nancy has earned a new new love song. There you go. I like that. I'm with you on my Valentine's. He needs to write a replacement song for Nancy. So okay, so I think like we're all in agreement here that we need a new song for Nancy. Um, I think it's time that we get a new ballad. And Paul, if you're listening, I know you are. Maybe on the new album, Linda get or not Linda, but Nancy gets a new ballad. If you're new here, please subscribe to the channel. That would be great. And hit that bell, hit that like, hit everything. Um, let's see here. Maybe there will be a new song for Nancy on his new album. Yes, yes. I was hoping for a December release, but it looks like it's still not finished. For whatever reason, albums take years to make these days, and you know, just too bad. But anyways, let's talk about the latest episode of Talk More Talk, which was fantastic. Myself, the Queen, Kid O'Toole, Joe Mayo, Ken Michaels, we talked about the new documentary Daytime Revolution, which was the which was from the Mike Douglas show back in the 70s, where he had John and Yoko on for the whole week. They were co-hosts, and this was one of the best documentaries that I've seen on John and Yoko ever. Of all these documentaries that have been popping up over the last, 25, 30 years. There have been quite a few. And this was fantastic. You can pre-order it now on Blu-ray, on Amazon, and it's coming out on November 26th, I believe. Queen says I've never been a big fan of My Valentine, so yes, new song, please. I'm so ready for a new album. I know it's been well, here's the thing now. So now, we thought that Ringo was going to drop his album in October, but now it looks like it's being pushed to next year as well. So that's fine. Whatever. That's whatever. But yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready for this new country album. I cannot wait. Did you see the news that say that Paul is slated to do a song with Barbara Streisand on her upcoming? No. No, I will have to go and look for that news. I am really curious to see how that plays out. Um, hmm, that is interesting news. That is very, very interesting news, Joan. I'll have to look and see that. Queen says yes. Run, don't walk to see that Daytime Revolution. Excellent show. It was in theaters on the 9th to celebrate John's birthday, but it didn't play here in Michigan, and plus that was the night that I saw ELO. So ELO. Let's see here. I never know that Mike Douglas show was done in Philadelphia. Yeah, yeah, yep, yeah. I had known that. I had known that. I pre-ordered the White Album Hard Day's Night, or no, the White Hard Day's Night, and it's shipped from the UK. Oh, where did you order it from then, Susan? Um, And who did you order it from? I'm curious about that because I had thought that it was only going to be available for UK. Let's see here. Hey Henry, how are you? How are you? Did you see Joker 2? I did. I have heard January for Ringo. Yeah, so maybe a single, late November, December, or something like that. We shall see. But yeah, Daytime Revolution, though, I mean, I really learned a lot. There was a lot of people besides Ralph Nader and George Carlin. I knew those, but a lot of those other guests, well, and Chuck Berry, obviously, you really didn't know much about. And I was really glad that I learned about them because they were really interesting. Um, really interesting. Let's see here. I guess just my guess about saying, yeah, yeah. Not a fan of One Direction. Yes, that's what I heard yesterday. Very young, in his early 30s, right? 30 or 31. Uh, it's always sad to see someone pass, no matter who it is. Celebrity, um, you know. just a regular person or someone in the service. It always sucks when someone passes. Yeah. So, anyways, what else? What else is going on out there, everybody? Let's see here. Susan, the Barber duet was rumored a while ago. The rumor is that it'll be out early next year. Bob Dylan got at it. Wow, Bob Dylan and Barbara Streisand. I would like to see Barbara and Bob Dylan do a version of Guilty. How about that one? They can do Guilty, and that would be funny. That'll be interesting. I wonder if they're doing her songs and they're just doing it in duet style, or if they're doing like brand new songs. Brand new songs. That would be interesting. And Sting. Wow. So she's getting some legendary acts to join. I wonder if she's going to get Barry Gibb on there as well. I'd always like to hear Barbara and Barry do do a song. Um, yeah, so Paul can do like a duet, what kind of fool, and with Barbara, and then Bob Dylan can do the song Guilty. love to hear Would love to hear that. Yeah, Babs and Dylan doing Guilty. uh, or it doesn't matter. Whatever. I'm curious to see. I'm curious now to see that. I'm really curious to see how that's going to work. You know, Paul's older voice, singing with Babs. That's ah, yeah, right. And see, and that's how it's going to be, right? Everybody's doing a duet with her should be bringing in one of their own songs. So let's say Paul brings in a song that she has to do a duet with him for. Yeah, that's gonna be really interesting. Um, it's just gonna be kind of like a rock and roll album, kind of like how Dolly Parton did. You know, I don't know. Just I've been wondering about Paul's new album being a duets album, the way Lulu has come out and said he's singing a Paul song, played the Stones. Um, I don't know. I do know he's got some, excuse me, duets. Right, he did do a duets. He did do a duet with Lady Gaga some years ago, which was supposed to be for this High in the Clouds animated film that Netflix now has. So, and then there was some supposedly a duet he did with Madonna. Um, so I don't know. You know, I'm not don't not the biggest fan of speculating. Um, with how things are going to be. But I'll take it, whatever we get with Paul, as long as it's not "Love Song for the Earth" again. That was just god awful. And speaking of our next episode, that's going to be dropping this Saturday is going to be our 10 of our least favorite McCartney tracks. And as long as Paul's name is on it, it's fair game. Whether it's a instrumental or one of his classical works or electrical or experimental, whatever. If his name is on it, he is he is it's all fair game. So we recorded that last night, and that'll be posted Saturday for our next episode. Let's see here. Correct, and I'm sure he has sung with Taylor Swift, so who knows? Maybe it's a work. I don't know. Yeah, yeah. Maybe Bass will be well, maybe she does a song with him for the High in the Clouds soundtrack. We shall see. Susan, I ordered the album from a UK store called Stranger Than Paradise. Okay, right after his announce, but they sold out. Yeah, figures. Uh, Okay. Well, let us know when you get it. I can't wait to hear about it. Thank you. Yeah, it was this one was a lot of fun. We're just talking about our least favorite, why they're our least favorites, and look, maybe one day, some of these songs won't be our least favorite, and we'll have a new batch of new least favorites. Which, when we initially did the list, I put down 20 songs, so we have a potential of doing another one of these, if people want us to do another one. That is, but yeah, it was a lot of fun. Um, you know, well, after that episode drops, please let us know what some of your least favorite McCartney songs are. And yeah, I can't wait to see that. So, what else? What else is going on? What else? Hmm. Anybody get any new books? Beatle books they want to talk about. I know the new Luca Prazzi books are out now. You can get those on Amazon. I haven't gotten them yet, but I will. Let's see here, Brad. Will that count Beatles songs? I'd vote for What Goes On. No, these are strictly Paul's solo songs. I guess we should have mentioned that, but I mean, listen, if he's on it, if he wrote it, if he, did anything involved, like there is one song that I put on the list that is on a what do you call it? It's on a tribute CD for another artist. Okay, and I think this version of a song that he did for that tribute CD compilation is just god awful. It's terrible. It's a terrible version of a song whose stuff he owns, and I'll just say I'll just leave it to that. And yeah, so I'm really curious to see how what you guys think of that episode. Just picked up two Luca books. Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, I will be picking those up too. I think maybe when I get paid next, I'll pick those up. The Luca books look good. I just ordered mine. Ordered the '90s book. Okay, sounds good. Let's see here. Henry says Honey Pie is underrated song. People just hate Paul being so schmaltzy. Uh, I don't think everybody. I love Honey Pie. I've always loved that song. I'm sure there's people out there that don't care for it, but I've always been a big fan of that song. Reading Lennon letters, enjoying it. Okay. Oh, the Lost Lennon letters. I think I have that book. I think I have that book for sure. So, what else? I know we've got our next episode idea for Talk More Talk, and we're going to be doing that. It's a celebration of something that's celebrating its 40th anniversary this year, and that'll be fun. We have a special guest. He'll be on both of our shows on Talk More Talk and Two Legs. Mm, So looking forward to that. If you're watching Penguin, see, I've been hearing great things about Penguin, and I do want to get. It's called Max now. It's not called HBO. It's called HBO Max. It's called Max, which I think is stupid. When the regular DC comic shows start coming out, like the new Lanterns show and stuff like that, when the James Gunn stuff starts coming out, I will get Max and I will start watching Penguin. So I'm looking forward to it. I heard really good things. Got a new job at Kroger recently. Okay. What state are you in? Because not every place has a Kroger. I know there's affiliates. I know in Arizona it's called Fry's. In Nevada it's called Smith. I think it is, or was it something else? I forgot what it's called in Nevada. Let's see here. I like the granny music because it's different. Yeah, yeah. Queen says yes. It'll absolutely be a fun episode. It'll be a great fun episode. I have to get into the penguin. It looks great. It's fast moving. I don't know. I haven't seen it yet. Let's see here. I need to get Disney Plus. I haven't seen Let It Be yet, and the other new Beatles. Yeah, yeah, that's right. So the 1964. So I haven't read the press release or anything like that. I just want to. I just on 11/29 when it drops, I want to watch it. I want to be surprised. I don't know how involved Scorsese is. If he was just an editor, or did he direct it all? Obviously, this is older footage that just needed to be edited together and have a story told, right? So is it the footage from the first U.S. visit? Is it new footage? Can't wait to see it. Can't wait to see it. I find the grand music works great on the uke. Really, some of my favorites. 164, Baby's Request, and Honey Pie. Cool. I am not. Listen, Bill, I am not a fan of the US albums. Not at all. Now, I will say there's a couple I do like. Okay, I do like the US Rubber Soul. I think that's a fantastic record. And I have always loved Hey Jude, even though the first couple songs really don't fit that, but it doesn't matter. I've always loved Hey Jude, and I've really come to like. And we did a show with Al Sussman and Ethan Alexanian, and we're talking about and comparing the U.S. Rubber Soul to the U.K. Rubber Soul. So go back and see that if you haven't seen it yet. So I wonder when and if we will get Paul's Broadway. Yeah, see, For a Wonderful Life. Okay, so that was a UK based play, so I really don't know their what their COVID stance is these days. I mean, if anybody's living in the UK, do they are they doing plays there? And and why haven't they continued with this one? I know Paul said he did finish the work during recording of McCartney 3 back in 2020. So the work sounds like it's done. And the other question is, does he have version demos of those songs? Does he have vocal guides? And that would be great to hear those songs. I don't want to hear other people singing them. I want to hear Paul singing them. Let's see here. Yes, yeah, absolutely. Let's see here. Saw clips of the penguin. Looks good, but it really seems Colin Farrell's channeling James. Okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, he is a gangster, right? He is a gangster. It's kind of slow at first, but it really gets moving, even though it's just a regular organized crime show. Okay. Let's see, buddy Joe. What's up, Joe? How many U.S. albums are you familiar with? Well, I'm familiar with all of them. I just don't have any interest in listening to them. I'll tell you what, I am going to get that Meet the Beatles when it comes out, that Target exclusive. I am going to pick that up. I will listen to it, see what I think. So do have interest in some of them, right? I do have interest in listening to Yesterday and Today. I don't have any interest in listening to US Revolver. Um, but but I am familiar with them. Okay, I've seen them before. I mean, I've seen the track listings before. It's just that I grew up with the UK versions. And as a Beatle fan, I guess I should get even more familiar with the US versions. And we'll see. We'll see how I go. I'll tell you what, once I get that Meet the Beatles from Target and play that, I guess that'll determine whether or not I want to revisit the or visit the other ones. Okay. Hello, James. Good to see you. Hope all is well with you, my friend. Now we need to scroll up here. You got things. Okay. Got the U.S. box set may sell better than the UK or U.S. albums are difficult to get in good condition here. Yeah, maybe. I can definitely see the U.S. sets being a good seller. Joe. Let's see here. It's fun to see you team up with Sam St. John. Oh yeah, no, it was Beach Boys. There won't be any collaboration on the Beach Boy. No, no. And not to say that I don't like the Beach Boys, all of their stuff. I mean, obviously the hits are good. I was just thinking of surfing USA and Sweet Little 16, and for some reason I think they sound a lot alike, or the structure. Um, I don't know. I have to listen to those two together. But there's some good Beach Boy songs, listen, like Joe, I have given Pet Sounds ample amount of chances, and I just, again, it just doesn't do anything for me. Sure, I love the two hits, but that's it really. To be honest with you. It's there. You love the U.S. Hard Day's Night and second album. Yeah, I've heard a lot of people say they love the second album, and it's a great rock and roll record. Made a playlist of the U.S. versions for nostalgia. Okay, you say something. Okay. All right. Let's see here. I grew up with the U.S. albums and still have them except Rubber Soul, but they are in stereo. Okay. Just says hello to Henry. And don't forget today go to Mr. Cinema. That's Joe Mayo's other YouTube channel, and we will be doing a live chat at 5:30, and it'll be a live movie chat at 5:30. So don't forget about that. That'll be a lot of fun. We try to do a live movie chat every week on Joe's movie channel, Mr. Cinema. So if you haven't been over there, if you like movies, subscribe to subscribe to his channel. Susan, I'm tired of having to subscribe to streaming services. I don't want to see Beatles content. I just put out on Blu-ray for fans. I'm sure Apple accounts have done the math and streaming makes more. Maybe. I don't know. I don't stream either, so I have no interest in that. Let's see here. Seen the recent viral videos of Frankie. Yes, he does, and but he says that he wants to keep doing it. He loves it, and if that's the case, you know, fine. But just don't drop dead in front of all your fans. I mean, obviously he's lip syncing horribly. It is sad. Um, you know, but again, I mean, that's his choice. If that's what he wants to do, go for it. Uh, Mike from the Ingress of Peter. Yeah, I know. Yeah. I like Mike a lot. I when I lived in Arizona, I'm gonna tell you what, I was in the in group every week. And whenever I had a friend visit from out of town, I always took them to the in groove. When Andy and Ethan came to visit, that was the first place I took them. And In Groove is one of the best record stores I've ever been to. Uh, so if you're ever in Arizona, go to the In Groove. Brad, my favorite Beach Boys songs of all time start with G Vibrations, Girl Don't Tell Me, and God Only Knows. Okay, I'll have to give Girl Don't Tell Me a listen. But Good Vibrations and God Only Knows are fantastic songs. I will agree with you there. James, I've had a week off and caught COVID, so whoa, look, I'm sorry to hear that. It hasn't been awful. I think I'm going to London for back-to-back gigs. Got me that. Sorry to hear that, buddy. Give me, wouldn't it be nice? Slap John B. and God only knows, and get rid of the rest. Okay, fair enough. Let's see here. Pet sounds slow. Heard it live and it still didn't work for me. Fantastic. Yes, and here you go, Mr. Cinemeo. That's how you spell it. Again, at 5:30, I'll be going live with Joe and our friend Tim. It's usually the three of us every week doing a live movie chat. And I definitely saw a couple. Well, I saw a film in the theater yesterday that I'll be talking about, and I picked up a biography, an official biography from one of the greatest actors of all time, and can't wait to get into it. Let's see here. Got to go take care of time. Thanks. Okay, yeah, Joseph, it was great hanging out with you. Appreciate you, my friend, and be well. Be well. Can you believe Johnny Cash was only 69.70 when hurt? Yeah, yeah. That's such a great cover. Such a great cover. I'm looking forward to going. Yeah, yeah. Well, hopefully it didn't let us down like the other, like Joker 2 did, huh? Because Joker 2 was awful. There's a few things that I liked, but more I think about it, it was awful. Some love, tough room. Sorry, Queen. Sorry. Hey, Tom. Oh, Noah, how are you? I want to hear your thoughts on the new Beatles doc. I wonder if it's archival. Yeah, exactly. One. Okay, let's say it's not. Let's hope it's not colorized. Okay, for one, and but yeah, I'm thinking it's gonna be a lot of the first U.S. visit stuff. Um, edited, whatever. Again, I'm not the biggest fan of speculating, but I am excited about it. Absolutely. Um, I'm looking forward to it. But I don't want to know much about it until I see it, and then once I see it, then I'll get all the information. All right. So yeah, I am excited about it. Let's see here. Girl Don't Tell Me is a song I loved as a kid. Then it accidentally happened to me in high school. Very strange. Okay. Um, Jones says, "You got the Al Pacino book." Maybe, maybe. Okay, here it is. Sonny Boy. Yes, so I did get it. Um, there you go. There you go. Do you like Kokomo? No, I've never liked Kokomo. Never. People here have great taste in Beach Boys. Okay. I do like the earlier stuff than the later stuff. As a fact. Pet Sounds my favorite. Okay, okay. Sorry, Wes. There you go. It's got some love. Why is Al Pacino trying to look 35 at age? I don't think he does. I mean, a lot of older people dye their hair, or he looks old. Let me tell you, some recent pictures that I've seen, he looks really, really old. Hi Wes, thanks for the shirt. Very cool. Let's see here, James. I came in late. Are you getting the? Yes, I got the first five. That should be delivered tomorrow, and I did pre-order the second five. Joan says she got it too. Very good. And we got Mason here. Hello, how are you, Mason? Just in time for some Beach Boys talk, I guess. He always shows up whenever Beach Boys is mentioned. But we won't be, talking about Beach Boys anymore. So sorry, Mason. People think. Let's see here. Let's see here. Have you seen the trailer for? I know it's out, but no, I haven't. I will go see this. I do love courtroom drama stuff, films. Um, I will go see that. Excited too, and you see Tone's video call. Does yeah, I do. Yes, yeah. Tone does some good videos for sure. Let's see here. Hi Joe. Hope they fit okay. Okay, so there you go. Um, so okay, well hold on here. Let's see. So no London Town in this. Yeah. So if you saw the next batch of the McCartney SHM CDs, you see it ends with Wings Greatest, which isn't necessarily the right order. It should have ended with London Town. And I just asked the question. I mean, does he not like London Town? Does he not like Back to the Egg? What's the issues with these two albums? And and it's going to be really interesting to see if he does skip over these two albums when they announce the next batch, and that they go straight to McCartney too. You know, um, really interesting. I mean, the last time I think those two albums were released physically were in '93 for the Paul McCartney collection. Let's see here. Pacino recently appeared on Conan's podcast, and wow, he really looked and sounded old. Yeah, well, I mean, he's in his mid 80s. Where people supposed to sound. Pretty good. He's been playing some Beatles. Okay, good to hear. Good to hear. So yeah, you know, get a drink here real quick. So yeah, the SHM stuff. I'm supposed to get them tomorrow. Super hard material, and I love that they're pretty much just replicas of the Japanese stuff. You get the obi strips. I do have a lot of those on vinyl as well. So let's see here. If you can put out Wildlife and can put out London Town and Back to the Egg, and they were more successful. I get you. I This is what I don't understand. Pipes of Peace was, even though it had a number one song, and Say, right? But why? Right? That was put out in the archive release. Um, so I mean, a lot of the some of the albums were not. I mean, even Flowers in the Dirt was not a successful album here in the States. It was only what 23 or something like that. Number one in the UK. But it was not the most successful album in Paul's career. So there's three albums right there that he released that were not um, that successful on the charts. But however, London Town was number two. Okay, London Town was a number two album and had a number one song on it. So I still don't understand what's the whole up. Unless there's, I mean, I know there's a lot of co-writes with Denny Lane on there, so I don't know if that has anything to do with it. But he's had other co-writes on the other albums that have gotten released, right? So weird. Both Beckton and London Town are definitely in my top five. I love to hear that. I love to hear that. I saw the new picture of Al yesterday. Didn't even recognize him at first. Okay. Um, Dumb question, but what is so great about these SHM releases? Well, I guess it's just it's an audiophile kind of release. I guess it's just the way it was mastered in the studio. These will be my first SHMs. So I will, when I listen to them, we will do like a quick review of them and give our thoughts. So I'm not 100% sure either. Queen Susan, let's see here. I'm glad I have multiple copies of both. Yeah, London Town Back to the Egg on CD. Yep, there you go. See, it looks good for 81. It's a lot better than, yeah, but you know what? Pacino's just got the facial hair that just makes him look a little older. Maybe if you got rid of the facial hair. Um, yeah, okay. I get you, Susan. I can't see why MPL can't be transparent about them coming out or not coming. Yeah, exactly. It's like why have we waited 4 years now for the next archive release? I mean, if there are legal issues, okay, just skip over Back to the Egg and London Town and give us Off the Ground or Press the Play or Broad Street. Broad Street's the 40th anniversary, right? I mean, it's the perfect time to release a Broad Street archive set. So Town was number two for 6 weeks. Not get past. Well, nothing got past Saturday Night Fever. Nothing. Um, uh, yeah. I know it's called. I know it stands for Super High Material. So I'm looking forward to seeing how it sounds. Yeah. Well, the same thing with the Lennon Camp with sometime in New York City. Why couldn't they release that as well? Why did they have to go right to Mind Games? Hopefully, um, they will eventually get to it. Let's see here. For the reasons it's taking so long with the archives of Lenton back because they're having issues getting rights to remaster rock. Yes, I understand that, and I've heard that too. However, if the archive series was still alive, go to something else. Go to something else. Okay? There's plenty of albums from McCartney that they could release an archive set for. I don't understand why they have to wait. for London Town and Back to the Egg. And there's no reason they can't do London Town. I understand why they want to do London Town and Back to the Egg because they want to kind. I wholeheartedly believe that that they want to do the same thing like they did with the Wildlife and Red Rose Speedwagon. They want to box them together and put another separate CD set in there, probably with the '79 tour in there. I guarantee you that's why they're waiting to release those both together. Let's see here. Saw Joker 2 wasn't good, but I wanted to see it because I mean, yeah, so am I, and it wasn't good. Wasn't good at all. Have you seen the new? Yes, I have. Yes, I have with Crypto from the new Superman. Yeah, yes, I have. And listen, I am a huge fan of James Gunn. I am really looking forward to seeing what he does with this Superman movie. And I did see the new yesterday. I saw the documentary Superman, the Christopher Reeves documentary. Oh my God, I didn't bring any Kleenex with me. If you go see this movie, take Kleenex with you because you will shed some tears. Um, yes, waiting for them. Yeah. You can see why sometime in New York City isn't high priority. Fine, but they have been released. I mean, they have been released. What 10 years ago, all the sets were released in a box set. So, um, whatever. Let's see here. Go and so yeah, exactly, exactly. Yeah, but we got half of them on the red album, right? When the red and blue CDs got released, we got half of those songs on the red. So we kind of got an idea of how good those songs are going to sound. Uh, yeah, this came up before. Have you seen the Frankie? No, no, I'm sorry. Have you seen the Frankie Valley buy up by Clint Eastwood called Jersey Boys? I have no interest in seeing that whatsoever. None. Uh, Not a huge Dylan fan, but the bio. Yeah, I am going to be seeing that on Christmas Day. Absolutely. There's a couple movies that I'm probably going to be seeing on Christmas Day. Susan, I'm glad you brought this up because I'm not a Beatles related, but the movie I'm looking forward to seeing is Conclave, which if you check your theaters because on Thursdays some theater chains will do a fan appreciation viewing. So I usually see a lot of newer movies on Thursdays, and I think that's great. So you kind of can see them the day before they officially open. So here at the AMC theater, right, where I live, they're showing Conclave on Thursday. So I will be seeing it next Thursday, and I'm really looking forward to it. Great cast, yeah, can't wait to see Conclave. Can't help but wonder if John McClane. Well, let's see here. Maybe. Yeah, no, over here. No, over there. Yep, that one right there. Yeah. It's possible. It's possible. Yippee-yi-yay. Yep, but it's coming. He's coming out for his son's film, so it's not like he's coming out of retirement for another director or anything. But it's because of his son. That's why. And so there will be an Elvis, another one. Okay. Um, Fine. Yeah, check that out, Susan. Check it out. So yeah. But yeah, I mean, again, with these documentaries, right? With these film docs, you gotta take them all with a grain of salt. Okay. I mean, even that Saturday Night Live one that came out last week. Okay, which I thought was a fantastic movie. It's called Saturday Night, and it's about the 90 minutes leading up to the original airing of the first episode. Okay, and even that is not accurate. Okay, there's some stories in there that they tell that are true, but they don't happen at that point in time. Okay, they are true stories, but they don't happen at that point in time. So again, you just got to take all these bios with a grain of salt. Let's see here. Timothée Chalamet has a better singing voice, and it is. And James Mangold, who directed Walk the Line, he's directing this film as well. So if you remember your Walk the Line, Joaquin Phoenix, he did his own singing in that. Let's see. Annie mentioned today of the new movie Saturday Night. Well, I just mentioned it. I just mentioned it. I think it's a fantastic movie, although it's not everything is 100% accurate. Yeah, Billy Preston is there. Yep, yep. It's a good little movie. Um, I really enjoyed it. If you're a fan of any era of Saturday Night Live, I would say you should check you should check out Saturday Night. Okay, so but all right, I'm gonna wrap this up here in a minute. See if there's any more comments. But I really appreciate you all checking us out again. If you want to help support Two Legs, you can go to Buy Me a Coffee, or you can scan this little guy in the corner there, right there, and queue with your QR code, and you can buy us a coffee or whatever. We really appreciate the people who have donated to the show. Um, Thank you very much from the bottom of our hearts. Check out my other show, Talk More Talk. Please go over there and subscribe. We just did our latest episode on the Daytime Revolution documentary, which is fantastic, fantastic. Let's see here. Like Pet Sounds, listening to Bob is war. I can't win. Okay. Anyways, let's see here. Thanks, Tom. This is fun. Yeah. Okay, man. Don't make me give it another chance. I don't want to give. I really don't want to give Pet Sounds another chance. Really, I don't. Great chant. Thank you, Bill, for showing up. Let's see here. Thank you. Cheers. Thank you, Steve. Patrick. Let's see here. Patrick's Bob Dylan is the only Nobel Prize winner. Okay. He did win that a few years back, didn't he? Didn't he? Yeah. So, and then at 5:30, I'll be live with Joe Mayo on his movie channel called Mr. Cinemeo. Mr. Cinemeo. So check that out if you're a big fan of films. And we just talk about the whole history, TV shows and any genre of film is up for grabs. So please join us. Susan, I really enjoyed this live episode. Thank you, Susan, and thank you for what you did. We really appreciate that. Thank you, Susan. Let's see here. Hope that sounds. I tried. Hey, all right. Thank you, Joan. See, okay, so it looks like it's 50-50 on Pet Sounds. Looks like it does get some love. If not, oh well. Oh, Russ, how you doing? Sorry, that's okay, buddy. That's okay. I'm gonna try to do this. I'm trying to do this. Every midweek, every Thursdays. I know Andy likes to do his on Sundays, Sunday mornings. I try to do one on the midweek whenever I can. So, uh, okay, very good, Stephen Wright. He's a great comedian. Great comedian. Yeah, Henry. But anyways, thank you everybody out there. I need a couple minutes to get a few minutes to myself before I join Mr. Cinemeo and our buddy Tim as well for our live chat over there. So, oh Susan, all right, we might have to do something with Pet Sounds. Because here's right here. Here's Patrick. Pet Sounds is not good. Uh yes, Mr. Cinemeo channel, yes. And Joan, thank you, my dear. I'm looking forward to seeing you again. If you're going to the fest, I'm definitely going to go to the fest in at the end of March. Hopefully, hopefully you will attend as well, like you have been the last few years. If you're tired of people recommending to give Pet Sounds another try, then might give. No, I'm not going to give any Beach Boys albums a listen, but I appreciate your passion for them, Mason. I really do. I really do appreciate your passion for them. But Not for me, my friend. Not for me. So that being said, everybody out there, take care. I am out.